give you a bit of a look outside. It's raining cats and dogs. I've just left my hotel, and if you're going to take a hotel and it's anywhere near the wet season, you're going to have to carry your bags off the main drag to the hotel. Now, I say that because some of the hotels closer to the beach are off the main road, and these tuk-tuks cannot get to the hotel. Well, they won't allow them to get that close or travel down those small laneways. So you end up having to carry your bag off the main drag and to the hotel. Now, if it's pouring rain, that's going to be pretty uncomfortable. So do your research and see where your hotel is. Now, the other option is, if you're traveling with somebody, you can leave them with your bags undercover at the main road, and you can have a porter come from the hotel and carry your bags through. Now, some of these laneways can be, you know, that deep of water, so you're walking through, you're on uneven ground, it can be pretty unstable, and to some degree can be dangerous if your footwear isn't good on slippery surfaces. So do your research, know where your hotel is, know how you're getting to your hotel. Right, I've just arrived at the Cherry Bus Terminal. Cherry Bus Terminal to town is 100 pesos. My tuk-tuk driver was really cool. He carried my bags over these rocks. Lovely guy. He's earned himself a tip. Now, this is interesting. Have a look at this. They're going to get that motorcycle into that cherry bus. Now that is a sight to see. I've never seen that before. Well, there it goes. It's definitely going in there. Wonderful. Why is this guy beeping? Is he wanting me to come back to him? No, he's just stalled his vehicle. There it is, it's gone. Happy days. Alright, let's have a look at the Cherry Bus Terminal area. We've got a sari store or convenience store there. We've got somewhere where we can eat chooks over here. Small market down the road over there. Motorcycle rental. If you just had a backpack, you were getting off the Cherry Bus Terminal, you could walk straight over there and hire a motorcycle and you're away. But unfortunately I can't do that with a suitcase. As you can see, it's pretty wet at the moment. Here's the puddles you've got to be careful about walking through. And this ground is really uneven ground. You know, you got to make sure you're wearing decent footwear. I of course wear, you know, trekking shoes. These are Keens, whatever one suits you. They are also waterproof, and based on some of the recommendations from my followers, I've also packed a pair of sandals. Somebody called them Jesus Creepers or something. So thank you to that subscriber that gave me that tip. They have been invaluable over the last few days. I'm booked on the 11 o'clock bus. It is now 9:01, so I'm 2 hours in advance. These particular buses are just standard buses. I'm looking for the Lazy Boy bus. Lazy Boy bus comes with extended seat length. It's a pretty wide area. You'll travel very comfortably. I just noticed a couple of people up there waving at me. That's pretty cool. A very nice place to go. I might get up there and have a cup of coffee or something. That's a nice vantage point. It looks nice and dry too. Unfortunately, they've got it. I'm going to have to wait for them to leave. Once you arrive at the bus terminal, the Cherry Bus Terminal at El Nido, you'll have to make your way to the ticket office and purchase a ticket. Ticket office is straight through there. When I rolled up to the ticket office here this morning, the ticket seller asked me for proof of purchase, which was an email confirmation that I got from the bus company when I purchased the ticket online 2 days ago. Also, proof of ID is required. For that I used my passport. He looked me up online, created a hard copy ticket for me and handed me that, which confirmed the seat on the bus. The other thing that happened when he handed me the ticket was that he asked me, "Sir, have you got your hotel accommodation booked at your destination?" And I said, "Yes, I have." Now, I thought he was asking because he was going to try and hook me up with some accommodation of some description, but that wasn't the case. What then followed was a real surprise. He said to me, "Sir, please make sure you tell the bus driver the name of your hotel so you can be dropped off at your hotel." And he then pointed to an area on the ticket where he had written hotel drop-off. Amazing. I had not expected that, and I've got to compliment Cherry Bus Services for that, and that young fellow in the ticket office for directing my attention to that. Fantastic job. Looking forward to being dropped off at my hotel too. In terms of choosing your seat on the Cherry bus, my advice is don't choose a seat at the back of the bus. They won't recline fully, nor will the seats just before the back seat. They won't recline fully either. You can see there's a guy here wrestling with his seat near the back of the bus. Probably a good sign to let you know that that seat doesn't recline fully. Also, there's two entry areas. There's one here and there's one here. You can pick a seat around about this area here. You will be close to the toilet, so if something goes on in that toilet, it may cause you to be a little bit uncomfortable, although I have found those seats do recline. So I booked a seat that was near the front, and then I said to the guy at the ticket office, "Can you move me to the front seat?" And he said, "Sir, look, I'll see what I can do." Well, he was able to do that. I was there early enough. He was able to move me to the front seat, which is a little more comfortable for me. I get a nice view of what's going on out there. The problem is you will hear the speed alert a lot louder than you would normally from the back of the bus. The other thing about traveling near the front of the bus is you're closer to the video screen. So if you're into watching a video and they're playing a video, which they usually do, you'll be able to hear it and watch it without any issues at all. So I'm sitting at the front of the bus now. I'm pretty comfortable. Those are my tips and tricks for getting a good seat. And hey, why not buy the guy in the ticket office a cup of coffee or something to eat if he does look after you? And it's a sign of goodwill, and we as foreigners should look after those people when they do look after us. I'm directly across the road from the Cherry bus terminal. I'm right next to the Sari store, so I can get myself a coffee, something to drink. I can keep an eye on my suitcase or my luggage, which is just in there. I can see it standing there, perfect. So this is an ideal point if you just wanted to stop in and grab a quick bite. Well, we'll see anyway, once I try this chicken and see what it tastes like. She said to me, "Sir, we only have a spicy version." I said, "That'll do me fine, I'll take the spicy." Let's have a look at this half a chicken this lady's going to sell me. How much is it, miss?
175, sir.
175, miss. That's very cheap. And it looks delicious. I can smell the chicken. Oh my goodness, look at that. She's crunching through it there.
Are you a blogger, sir?
I'm trying to be, yeah.
This is how.
Lovely. They're little chickens in the Philippines. They're very small, you know.
It's very small.
Back home, our chickens have big muscles, you know, the bigger chickens. But all the same, it looks great. So 175 a half.
Spicy, sir?
Just a little bit of spicy. You don't get too carried away, yeah? A little bit of spicy. She's dropped it in the bag there, thrown the spicy sauce in.
It's only 175.
It's only 175. She's a lovely lady too. Look at her. Thank you so much, miss. I'm going to enjoy that. All right, let's give this a go. Here goes. I'm digging in. I've got to say, I am hungry, and barbecue, roast chicken, smells great. That is delicious. The thing I've also noticed with this is each piece she's cut has got a bit of skin on it. So I don't know if that was intentional, but she's done a great job. The first time I saw that, or the last time I saw that, was when they were doing Peking duck in Beijing. They made sure there was a little bit on each of the white flesh. So that barbecue skin on the outside, the spicy sauce, and the white meat together, you can't beat it. It's really delicious. So here's a recommendation from me. Pull into that Cherry bus terminal before you're going to travel. Save some room for some of this stuff. It is so sweet. And I'm undercover, really nice. Really delicious meat. Look at that. Absolutely delicious. It's a rickety old ride all the way. Oh hello, well, I've just found El Nido and McDonald's. I didn't even know we had one here. Nice. Yourself a motorcycle, you can get around to all of these places that are a little further away from the main town area and investigate some of these places at minimal cost. Motorcycle will set you back around 600 pesos a day. Of course, if it's raining, I would strongly advise against hiring a motorcycle. You definitely don't want to be on these roads in the rain. It might not be you that has the problem, it might be somebody else that can't pull up quick enough. You know, you don't know the state of the tyres that people are using, that type of thing. Let alone potholes filled with water that are quite deep and you can't tell. For those requiring hotel transfer, once the bus arrives back into Puerto Princesa, it will go to a location and rendezvous with the hotel transfer van.